In November 2015, police in Mountain View, California pulled over a car for moving too slowly on the highway. Wow, I've heard of being pulled over for speeding, but moving too slow? This is something new to me. Well, the car was doing more than 15 kilometers an hour below the speed limit. But when the police rolled up to the door, they found that there was no one inside. The vehicle turned out to be a self-driving Google prototype. The much publicized incident became a joke for the tech giant's marketing department. The next day, the headline read, "The engine's running, but nobody's driving." Just like the car, everyone's life is driven by something. Most dictionaries define the word drive as to guide, to control, or to direct. Whether you are driving a car, a nail, or a golf ball, you are guiding, controlling, and directing it at that very moment. Today, I want to ask you a question. What is the driving force in your life? Well, the Bible explains to us in Ecclesiastes 4, verse 4. Then I observed that the basic motive for success is the driving force of envy and jealousy. But this too is foolishness, chasing the wind. Back in those days when I was still in high school, I dated a girl that I loved so much. She was so pretty and was like an angel. Her skin was like snow white, fair and smooth, and she is also a very smart girl. I was so proud to be dating this girl. There was once we went to a small concert in town together with my friends. Well, the concert finished quite late, and so we all decided to say goodbye and head back home instead of going for supper. On my way home, somehow there was something troubling my heart. I felt something wasn't right. So I decided to take a detour, and instead of going back, I went to another place where I had a feeling I'll find some answers but didn't know what I was looking for. To my horror, I saw my friends holding hands with my girlfriend, and they were happily laughing. My heart was crushed and I was so upset that I confronted them. Well, to cut the long story short, after that incident, I no longer talked to my friend. I lived with that sourness and hurt in me for many years, and it was not till the recent years that me and my friend, we started talking back and let our bygones be bygones. Right now, you may be driven by a problem, a pressure, or a deadline. You may be driven by a painful memory, a haunting fear, or an unconscious belief. There are hundreds of circumstances, values, and emotions that can drive your life. Some are driven by guilt, and they spend their entire lives running from regrets and hiding their shame. Guilt-driven people are manipulated by memories. They allow their past to control their future. Then there's some that are driven by anger, just like me. They hold on to hurts and never get over them. Instead of releasing their pain through forgiveness, they rehearse it over and over in their minds. Both responses are unhealthy and unhelpful. It took me many years to forgive my friend, and it wasn't easy. Well, these are some of the examples, to name a few. Knowing your purpose gives meaning to your life. We were made to have meaning. This is why people try all sorts of methods like astrology or psychics to discover it. When life has meaning, you can bear almost anything. But without it, nothing is bearable. In life, without God, life has no purpose. And without purpose, life has no meaning. Without meaning, life has no significance or hope. It's like the Google prototype car. The car was moving, but there was no driver in it. The greatest tragedy is not death, but life without purpose. When you are just living day to day, just for the sake of living, then life is very meaningless. Jesus has come down to die for you and me so that we can have life, and life in abundance. He has given us a new life so that we can make good use of what He has called us to be. Many times we tend to make choices or decisions based on circumstances, pressures, and our mood at that moment. People who don't know their purpose try to do too much, and that causes stress, fatigue, and conflict, and often ended up regretting. I want to encourage you all today. Seek God if you are facing challenges. Don't try to drive your life with your own strength or your own will or your own understanding. Live the life that God has given you, the godly way, God's way. His plans are always the best plan. He has plans to prosper you and never to harm you. You may think life is meaningless because you have found no hope, but I have good news for you. Jesus is our hope. Jesus is your driving force, and He is here to guide you and teach you His ways. You may not see a bright road ahead, but Jesus is here to take over for you. It's time to let go of that steering wheel and let Jesus be your front seat driver today. I am Pastor Ken, and this is your 5 minutes to victory.